A really slow start. What does it show about this team? Playing second best team in the MAC to come back in the second half and come away with that victory.
Yeah, I mean, I think and I've talked about this in here before, and probably you're getting tired of hearing it, but it's just toughness. Just mentally, either you're tough enough to do it or you're not. And these kids there's something special about them. They get there, and Buffalo's good. They're hard to beat, and when you start off down 14 or 16, I guess was the biggest lead, they're really hard to beat. And I thought, the last 2-3 games, our first half defense has been pretty good, but our second half defense, we've given up 43 and 45 points in the second half. And going into halftime, we'd already given up 41. And I thought, oh no, we'll see what we're made of. And to give up 25 points the entire second half is really good, really, really good.
Obviously, Kaylee had the tying three and a go-ahead three. Can you just talk about how big those threes were? I guess her development as a shooter throughout the season.
Yeah, I mean, we talked just a couple days ago about we finally started making shots, and what is that like? It's the same thing. It's a lot of work that goes in when nobody's watching. It's a lot of reps at practice, a lot of reps on your own, and just believing in yourself and knowing that, okay, things aren't going my way, but I'm a good shooter. I know I'm a good shooter. And once the one went in out of the out-of-bounds play, I thought they did a great job of finding her in the opposite corner the next time, and the ball moved. And I thought when we moved the ball, we looked good on offense. And at times the ball just got a little stagnant. And that's part of what Buffalo does to you. They make it difficult to pass the basketball, and we made it difficult on ourselves with some of our silly turnovers early. But then in the second half, we got settled in, and the ball moved, and it got to the right spot, and the players made plays that they're capable of making.
This game is a lot like last year's Buffalo game. Were there any moments of deja vu on the court today?
Yes and no. I mean, there's a lot of kids that played in last year's game that didn't play in this year's game, but there were a lot of the main characters, I guess you would say, are still back. And the belief at halftime was really, really positive. The morale at the media timeout in the first quarter wasn't real high at that point. But I think the fact that we got it from 16 down to 10 made it feel like, okay, we can do this. And then coming out the way they did in the second half, and just kind of chipping away. And then we got it to 8 at the third quarter media with the ball. Right, we started down 10 without the ball, so we were at 8 with the ball, got a score, and at that point it was like, okay, now let's see if we can get this. Unfortunately, had that late media timeout in the third, and it's like, okay, we can potentially have the lead at the end of the third, and then from there's a lot of belief and a lot of energy. I think we needed that energy to start the game, and that's probably the teaching point and the learning point as you gotta. We'll practice tomorrow and then play Toledo on Wednesday, is that energy level has to be there from the start. These teams are too good to bring it 2/3 of the way into the game.
You guys held the Bears to 7 points on some 3 of 16, so you didn't even touch the ball in the final possession. How did you prepare to take away such a dynamic player?
We put CC on her. So besides asking her to be the max all-time leading scorer, we also asked her not to let other people score too. Yeah, good coaching. She did a great job. Cece did a great job staying in her space, and her teammates did a great job of providing help. Deja's a fantastic scorer, just a fantastic scorer. And I thought collectively Cece did a good job of making it difficult, and then her teammates did a great job of helping when it was necessary.
Obviously, played Saturday, played tonight. Now they're playing on Wednesday. How do you kind of keep the players fresh, in this 3-game and 5-day stretch?
You rely on your training staff. You rely on your strength and conditioning staff. They know a lot more about this kind of stuff than I do. We'll drink a lot of water. We'll practice tomorrow for about 90 minutes, and we'll probably spend 30 of it stretching, pre-stretching, post-stretching. Doing some dynamic movement and stuff like that. So just taking care of your bodies as best you can. And it's kind of fun because the kids just want to play anyway. You know what I mean? And if we didn't play any games this week, I'd probably complain that we didn't play any games. But I'm also going to complain that we're going to play 3 games. It's like the beauty of being a coach. You're allowed to complain about just about anything. So I'm going to complain that we've got to play these games. But truthfully, I'm very happy that we're playing the games. The kids want to play. That's why these kids came to college, is to play. And they're getting that opportunity. And it's going to be difficult, but we're going to make the most of the opportunity because we've had games taken away from us and we know what that feels like. So we're going to go up and play a very good Toledo team and try our best to beat them.
Coach, after the slow start tonight and after, a gutsy performance by your team to, come back and win, playing a better Toledo team on Wednesday, is there anything that you got to tell your team in order to avoid an emotional letdown and another slow start?
No. They know what's at stake. They understand. We have to have better energy to start the game, but I think they know that. So we'll get after it, and yeah, like you said, it's a very good Toledo team. Right now, the best team in the league, and that's a tough place to play. But that's what we're here for, and we'll go up there and try our best.
First of all, congrats on the win. After really slow start, what does it show about this team? Have that fight to come all the way back and be number 2 team in the MAC?
I think it shows how much we've improved just from the start of the season. Our mental toughness, staying in that's not easy. They're a tough team, and we've got guts, and that really showed today.
Kaylee, how did you feel after you tied the score? I saw your face and you looked so excited. How was that feeling for you?
Hype. We want to win every ball game. So when we're down, when we start the game down a lot to a little, and to be able to fight back and hit some shots, that was just hype. It was just exciting. My teammates hyped me up too, so it was fun.
Kaylee, you hit 4 threes on Saturday, 4 more tonight, including the back-to-back threes to take the lead in the 4th quarter. How have you been able to overcome some inconsistency early in the season to be able to really step up for this team now that conference play has begun?
My teammates just believe in me. They put so much trust in me, and working every day in practice with the help of my coaches. But my teammates put so much trust in me, and they make sure that I have a good mindset. So I credit them.
Last time you guys played Buffalo, it was a pretty close game as well. Were you guys expecting to win tonight?
Yeah, we expect to win every game. We know Buffalo is a really good team. We know they always give us a fight. It's a physical game. It's a battle. But we always expect to come out on top, not just against them, that's against everybody.
Hey, Erica, what kind of offensive adjustments were made after that slow start?
Just settling down. We know they have a zone. We didn't think they were going to go to it that early. We were expecting man. They came out in zone. It took us way too long to adjust. Once we finally settled down, got into it, we were rolling.
There were a lot of consecutive timeouts there in the 4th quarter. What was the communication going on during those?
Just stay locked in. Stay locked in. Start, stop, start, stop. A lot of media timeouts. The ref got to review things. Then we called timeouts. Just staying locked in throughout the whole game.
And going back to communication, there were some miscommunications in the first half. How did you guys prepare to come out for the second half and change those?
For us, it was no communication. So once we started communicating, things fell in line. We weren't communicating at all. And then on the other half of that, we weren't listening to each other either. So once we fixed that, we were good.
You guys brought back most of the roster from last season, plenty of players with 3, 4, 5 years of experience. How much does that help you when you get into these games against really good teams and maybe you're coming back from a deficit or a slow start or something like that?
No.
We just think, like you said, it's just experience. We know that we got to lock in. It's winning time. And the trust that we put into each other, keeping our heads up. At halftime, we literally were just on each other, just staying positive. But we just know it's winning time and keeping a good attitude, and that just comes with experience. And we're teaching our younger teammates to do that as well.
Anything else? You guys play Toledo on Wednesday, I believe, and they're a better opponent than Buffalo is tonight. How do you follow up this performance tonight and avoid that emotional letdown game, if you want to call it that?
It's a quick turnaround. Just staying locked in, taking care of our bodies, sticking to our principles. That's really all it is. We approach every game the same, so it's just about taking care of our bodies, recovering, having fresh legs going into that game.
Thank you, guys.